Open Heavens on the Go, Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Topic: Your Right Hand Man, Part 2. Memory Verse: 2 Kings 3:11. But Jehoshaphat said, "Is there not here a prophet of the Lord, that we may inquire of the Lord by him?" And one of the king of Israel's servants answered and said, "Here is Elisha, the son of Shaphat, which poured water on the hands of Elijah." Bible reading: 2 Kings 2:4-12. And Elijah said unto him, "Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho." And he said, "As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, "Knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today?" And he answered, "Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace." And Elijah said unto him, "Tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan." And he said, "As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off. And they two stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, "Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee." And Elisha said, "I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me." And he said, "Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so." And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof." And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in 2 pieces. The message: God can give you a right-hand man, and he can also make you another fellow's right-hand man. None of these two is greater than the other. Whether God gives you a right-hand man or you are someone's right-hand man, when you do your assignment as God intends it, He rewards you greatly. I had such a man in the late Pa Abiona, popularly known as Papa DGO, Deputy General Overseer. When I became General Overseer as a young fellow, I had been in the church for only 7 years, and there were people who had been there from the very beginning. Some of these people were determined that I would fail, and there was nothing I said that they did not criticize. Papa DGO, however, had my back all the time. He was old enough to be my father, but he always stood by me. He fought my battles and always ensured my instructions were carried out to the letter, regardless of the complaints from those opposing me. In those early days, there was one town in particular where the brethren often quarreled among themselves. Once I was informed that they were at it again, and I mentioned it to Papa. He wouldn't even let me finish before he would say, I will go and deal with them. He is in heaven now, wearing his crown of many stars, because he was a good right-hand man. In Exodus 24, 12 to 15, when God summoned Moses to come into a cloud, only Joshua went with him. When Moses was leaving the world, Joshua, not one of the elders or the leader of any of the tribe in Israel, but someone you could call Moses' errand boy, was the one God chose to continue the work and lead the children of Israel to the promised land. In 1 Samuel 3, 1 to 9, God called Samuel one night, but he thought it was Eli who was calling him. In the middle of the night, when Samuel was supposed to be sleeping, he kept running to answer Eli because he felt Eli needed him. That is a good right-hand man. In return, God gave him the ability to become a kingmaker and a king remover. Beloved, if the Lord has assigned you to be a right-hand man to someone, consider it a privilege. Ensure you serve to the best of your capacity, and you can rest assured that God will reward you tremendously. Key point: if God makes you someone's right-hand man, it is an assignment of great importance, and you must treat it as such. Bible reading in 1 year. Deuteronomy 33 to 34. Hymn for today. Jesus loves me, this I know. The Open Heavens is written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. God bless you.